impression, and how are you just enjoying campus so far?
Yeah, I mean, I got here, started loving everything about it. I love the campus. I love all the people around me. Just the team aspect of this team is just, it's amazing. And I'm super happy I made the decision that I did.
What went into that decision? I mean, it's easy for fans to say turn down first round money, but that's hard for a person in your position. What went into that call, and why did you decide to come here?
A lot of it was just like me thinking about why I love playing baseball, and it's because of like being able to have like a team and go to dominate with your teammates. And like I just worried that if I was to go play pro ball, then I was just working for myself to climb the ranks. And I knew that if I was going to come here, I'm going to come put myself in the best opportunity to win a national championship. So that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah. So what was it about OSU? Just take us through that process about what made you feel like this place would give you that experience.
Well, first impression, I remember when I was younger, my travel ball baseball team, we were at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I'm looking at the TV, and it's 2018, and I'm watching them win the World Series. And just ever since then, that was like my first kind of taste of college baseball, and I just like, I like Oregon State. And then as the recruiting process kind of started, they started talking to me, and I just kind of felt like a dream come true for me when I got my offer here, and coming on campus and just meeting the coaches and everybody here, it just like felt like home instantly.
Does like all the conference realignment and stuff and being independent, did that ever weigh into your mind of swaying from that decision, or was that something that you didn't even like really take in?
Yeah, not at all. I mean, I knew that I was going to come here, play the highest level of baseball, and that I was going to come compete for a national championship.
What's would you say is the greatest area you've improved just in your short time here, maybe through the fall or whatever? Where have you seen the biggest growth?
I'd say mostly just having access to all the analytics that we have here, because I was kind of unaware of necessarily what my pitches really did and how to make them play better off each other. So just getting used to all that stuff and being able to use it effectively has been the biggest jump for me.
How do you use that? Like, how do you you tack that? Like, lead us through that process, I guess.
So yeah, on the TrackMan that we use, I throw a pitch and it tells me all my spins, how much the ball is moving. And then there's an axis, so I'm trying to get to a point where my pitches, my fastball is at the top, curveball's at the bottom, changeups over here, sliders over here. So you want to have them like just define different shapes on the axis. So that's been helping me. Like I can throw a pitch and see how it moved and be like, okay, I messed that one up. I need to get less horizontal movement, more vertical movement. So just being able to fine tune stuff like that's been huge.
And Dor said you kind of tweaked and worked on your curveball and saw some growth there.
Mm-hmm.
What, I guess, how have you seen that improve?
Yeah, so earlier, like I was just saying, my curveball was kind of even with the vertical and horizontal movement, so it's more like a slurve.
Sure.
To where with my arm angle and my fastball rides straight up, it plays a lot better if I throw more 12-6. So we kind of adjusted my grip and the pressure on my fingers, and then gotten a lot closer to that Y-axis where it's just moving more straight down.
And you feel pretty comfortable with that grip at this point?
Yeah, I feel great with it.
How long did that take approximately to get the feel for it?
So we started out, me and Dor, just throwing like 15 feet, just spinning it, probably about 2 days. And then I had lives the next day and I threw it and it was way better. So it's pretty quick.
The other two are change slider.
Yeah.
Other secondaries.
Yep,
Yeah.
so I got changeup, slider, yep.
What are the velos kind of setting for all those?
My slider's around 83, 84, and changeup's 89 to 90.
And the shape on the slider, is that more sweeper?
Yeah,
Or, okay,
yep,
gotcha.
it's pretty much straight across the zone.
Kind of looking over your recruiting profile, following the fastball velo, I saw like 2 years ago it was like topping 91, and now you're running it up 98. Really fire breathing. What's that kind of development been like over the last 2 years?
Yeah, I think I was kind of just a late bloomer. I think just letting my body mature, and then especially getting here and getting in the weight room and really just putting in the work there has been huge for me.
And there aren't a lot of guys like that come out of Blackfoot, Idaho. I'm curious, what's that kind of process been like as just a recruit?
Yeah, so I mean, at home, it was awesome. Like I had a ton of people helping me, but it's just being able to be around my teammates and doing all this stuff together. It's just so much easier to get in there and lift weights and like develop together with your guys, because everybody's just competing the whole time, pushing each other. So it just is way easier. And then the food here too is amazing. Like I've gained 26 pounds, I think, since I first got here. So
All muscle, right?
yeah, I hope so.
Were you just like the angel of death in high school? Like when you trotted out on the mound, it was over, or? Like...
I mean, kind of. My teammates teased me. They called me King. It was kind of ridiculous, but yeah, it was fun. I just go out there and I knew I was better than everybody, so I just go out there and do my thing.
What's the adjustment been to this level when you're doing lives now?
Yeah, it's honestly just so much more competitive for me. Like I know I got to be better than I was. To where in high school I was like, I can rip a fastball right down the middle, probably not going to hit it. where here I'm like, I actually got to hit my spots, execute my pitches, think about what this pitch is setting up for the next one. So it's just like that whole nother level of advancement to where everything plays off each other and having to actually execute perfectly.
Is there a welcome to the college baseball moment in the fall? Was like, welcome here, kid. Like, oh, okay. You remember a moment or anything?
Yeah, that actually happened last week.
Oh yeah.
Because I did pretty well.
Yeah.
I was doing pretty well. No one really was getting like barreling the ball, and then my last live, Easton Tall hit a home run off me.
Yeah.
And he hit it, and at the point I was just like struggling through a strike. I was like, I don't even care. I was like, whatever. He hit it, and I looked. I was like, that's gone.
That's gone.
Yeah.
Tried to sneak one past him, or what would you throw him?
Yeah. So it was like I had thrown 34 pitches. It was like, all right, last pitch. He knew fastball was coming. I knew I was throwing a fastball. Door was like fastball. I was like, all right. So I threw it and timed it up pretty well. Yeah.
Who would you say is mentoring you the most since you came here to help become more competitive, play at this higher level?
I'd say definitely Joey Munt. He's one of my roommates. He's the oldest guy on the team. He's been here this is his 7th year, so he's been here a long time, kind of knows how everything works, and he's just taking me under his wing. We talk about it all the time, like in the living room, different pitch shapes, like what he sees with me, what I think I need to work on, just like kind of how things are going to work. So he's been my huge mentor for me.
I was going to ask about him. What's the best nickname that they've thrown around for him? There's so many with an old guy. You know?
Papa Joe's a
Papa
good one.
Joe, yeah.
Uncle Joe,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Okay. What do you like most about the staff? Like, how would you describe the talent you guys have?
It's electric. Everybody throws gas. Everybody that throws gas has banger sliders or curveballs that go off of it. Like, all I'm saying is I would not want to be in the box against our staff.
Yeah. I guess, does that push you? Like, do you guys kind of challenge each other when you have that many dudes? I can't imagine that you wouldn't.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I watch these guys' bullpens. They're just dotting up, throwing gas, and I'm just like, all right, that makes me realize I got to be so much better if I want to go out there and compete on the weekend. So,
What's the nastiest pitch on the staff? Who's got it?
ooh, I'd say probably AJ Hutchison's turbo submarine slider. The thing rises and spins 3,300 RPMs. That thing's insane.
Kleinschmidt rises a little bit too. He's got a weird kind of
Yeah, it almost does. I have to play catch with him every day. It's not fun. He just blows up my thumb. The thing's coming at me. It stops, looks at me, then it breaks. I'm like, oh my gosh.
He's got kind of funky delivery too.
Yeah,
kind of
it is kind of funky. Yeah.
Sweet. Anything else?
Who's the guy that you? I mean, I don't want to say you least like to face because I'm sure you don't care who you face. But who's a guy who, when he steps to the plate, you got to really focus, like this fall or whatever?
I'd say just early when I haven't really faced many people, I don't really know like the tendencies. Definitely like Gavin and Trent for sure, and Dallas too. Dallas is always a tough AB. He's always putting bat on ball no matter what, hard to strike out.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely Trent and Gavin, just because I watch YouTube and I see how far these guys hit the ball. So I'm like, all right, let's be careful here.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, Dax.